hoping for a better start to the match. And Edmonton get us underway, kicking from right to left. And instantly, Adam Eckersley, who passed a late fitness test, gets a touch and finds Diakite. And each member of the back four getting a touch of the ball, but Nick Law launching it forward. Amiobi back in the lineup today, and seemed like being dropped did him a bit of good, because when he came on, he really played well.
Yeah, basically set up both goals. Both came on rebounds, where Nick Ledger would end. Daryl Fordyce got to tap the balls into open goals after Tomi Amiobi was forced to save or hit the post, and Amiobi had to come in the game. And Saini Niasi was concussed. He's out today.
Diakite cushioning down the header for Nick Law, and then playing it into the midfield and Ledgerwood. Back for Watson. Watson, bit of a risky ball, but finds Eckersley on the left-hand side. He's always dangerous with that left boot. He's made good ground deep inside Carolina territory here. Adam Eckersley infield back to Ledgerwood on the score sheet in midweek, and now Jake Keegan. Keegan working it nicely for Eckersley. They made a much brighter start than they did on Wednesday night. That's Amiobi running into the left channel. And Kareem Moses deciding to cut his losses there and make the tackle to concede the corner kick.
All right, we see the first set piece I talked about off the top of the show. And this could be a key thing for the Eddies today. The big men, Diakite, Watson coming up, center of the defense.
And Eckersley's got that pinpoint delivery with the left boot that we've come to expect from him. Places the ball by that left-hand corner flag, and the crowd full of players in the box. Crowded in there as Amiobi gets up. Gets his head on the ball. Can Diakite keep that one in? Yes, he can. And it's with Correa now on the right-hand side. Good cross to the far post. There's Fordyce heading it back across the face of goal. Scrambled away by the Railhawks. In again by Eckersley, and just needed a touch, but the touch wasn't quite forthcoming from Keegan, but very close to a goal inside 2 minutes.
Very bright start for the Eddies here. We see Daryl Fordyce heading it back across goal. Cleared off, cleared away from danger.
Fordyce on the score sheet in injury time to get 3 points for Edmonton against New York. That was a lot easier than that header, though. A virtual tap-in against the Cosmos, but he did everything right, heading it back across the face of goal. Just no one there to get the touch.
Yeah, and there was a Carolina defender there, the last scramble to get that ball away, but some dangerous crosses already from the Eddies. And I think they're going to keep testing Carolina with that all day long.
Carolina coach Colin Clark knows that Edmonton are playing well. He mentioned that they're one of the form teams in the league right now, and also conceding that it's been a very tough place for his team to come, but also promising at the same time to attack Edmonton. And his team doesn't really play a defensive style, and that's what he's going to be hoping for from the Railhawks today. But at the moment they're having to defend because Edmonton have made such a strong start. They defended well there, though, but have somewhat panicked and given the ball back to the Eddies as they look to mount a counter-attack, and it's with Pat Diakite. 3 minutes gone, good positive start for Edmonton, but Correa just resting on his laurels there, and there's a counter-attack by Carolina, strike across the face of goal, and that was an early warning there from T. Shipalani. We know all about his pace and threat from that right-hand side. But Correa just got it all wrong there.
And he still wears his shorts backwards, T. Shipalani. We know that every time. Likes to show the defenders as he's blowing by them what number's gone by them. But Dustin Correa left that pass short for Diakite and ended up being in a Carolina chance there.
Eckersley cutting in from the left-hand side, and wasn't a great pass intended for Schoen, but works its way through for Nick Law. Playing it back for Diakite. Albert Watson just wanted too much time there, and that's been charged down against him by Ali Hassan, who cuts into the area, and Diakite helps out his central defensive partner there, but may have just picked up a knock in the process, and he's clutching his right leg at least as he's gone down on the turf. I think he's going to be okay to carry on, but he bailed out Watson there.
Yeah, Watson got caught there in possession. I don't think he was expecting Ali Hassan to come charging up and be as aggressive as he was, and Watson got caught there. nowhere to go with the ball. And as you said, Diakite, the saving tackle.
Watson trying a crossfield pass to the right wing there. Didn't find Nicolau, but it drops in the midfield. Ledgerwood's going to switch play all along the deck for Eckersley here. Eckersley with the early cross, and Kareem Moses charging that one down. But is it kept in? No. In fact, Correa got another touch on it, and that means it's a goal kick.
We talked about Carolina's poor record here historically, but right now, really, this is a terrible place for everybody in the NASL to come. I mean, 7 in a row at home for the Eddies. 21 points out of 21. This has really become the road trip that everyone in NASL dreads.
Colin hoping to extend that to 8 out of 8 today. They've got a free kick to defend here. Shipalani standing over the ball. It's going towards the penalty spot, and it's being scrambled around in there, and Van Oekel makes a stop. He's been dragged out of position in doing so, but Correa gets it away briefly for Edmonton. It's going to come back in from Shipalani again, headed away by Darryl Fordyce, and now Keegan. Now they'll just pick out Eckersley, who tries to build up on the left-hand side and release Jake Keegan. Keegan's got a chance to run at the defense here. Is he charged down? Referee saw nothing wrong with that from the number 5, Mickey Daly, who has been robbed of possession, though, on the edge of his own penalty area, unfairly, though, by Ledgerwood, and the free kick conceded by Edmonton.
Eddie's get caught again. They've been a little bit casual in their own end. And here we see off the set piece, ball lands, and it's Jonathan Orlando who gets a really good whack at it, but Matt Van Oekel comes out, first huge save of the game, great scoring chance for Carolina, but Matt Van Oekel comes big off of his line, comes early, takes the angle away, huge save by the big man.
Well, he's made a few of those lately, and called up on again there for Edmonton to spare the defense's blushes. It's with Watson. He's going to roll this one back for Van Oekel. That one straight up down the middle. Kareem Moses just cushioning that header down for Daly, and back to the goalkeeper, Silvestre.
I can hear Colin Miller yelling at his team right now from here in the broadcast booth. So we're talking about how casual they've been defensively. A couple of giveaways there, some slack defending on a set piece that the keeper bails them out on. And I can hear the coach is not very pleased right now.
Started really well in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then just made a couple of unforced errors that have dropped the minutes somewhat. Still 0-0 though, 8 minutes into the match, as Moses plays the ball forward down the right-hand side. Not even Shipalani will catch that one. Goal kick for Edmonton. Shipalani been continuing the good form this season that Carolina rely on. He made the NASL Team of the Week in part for 2 assists in a 3-3 draw against Miami. Van Oekel's goal kick is aimed at Amiobi. He's got the flick on that one, but Daly gets rid of it. Ledgerwood can't win it in the midfield, but Watson can. But Eckersley just puts it straight back in the air again. Free kick given this time against Tomi Amiobi. And it's Edmonton's ball, just on halfway.
Drew Becky from Saskatchewan, former Canadian under-23 player with Carolina, was with Ottawa previously, former draft pick of the Columbus Crew. So he's Carolina's Canadian content.
Not a good free kick by one of Edmonton's Canadian players. Ledgerwood just lifts it into the box, but that's going to be straight to the goalkeeper, Silvestre, and no advantage taken there.
Gareth, you always worry that after you have sort of a big rousing comeback or a big win about the letdown in the next game. And I just wonder with some of these casual play that the Eddies have been showing in the first 10 minutes of this game, you wonder if there is a little bit of a let-off after that comeback over the Cosmos, because there are some real unforced errors that have led to some Carolina opportunities.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear Colin Miller's analysis of that at half-time if this continues. Of course, he's got some more options from the bench in this game, two new players. Galvao made his debut in that midweek game against New York, but Fisk is also on the bench today and a possible introduction at some point.
And Colin Miller, he watched the Ottawa-Carolina game from Wednesday, which Ottawa won 2-0, and Colin Miller's assessment was it was a very unfair result to the Railhawks. He actually said that in a lot of ways they outplayed Ottawa for large portions of that game, but he said we're unlucky. Ottawa's red hot right now. They're three in a row after losing to Edmonton a couple of weeks ago. Edmonton was down 10 men.
Former Eddie Milan Roberts on the score sheet for them. And Eddie Edward playing well as well. As Edmonton launch an attack here from the right-hand side. Nick Law in possession, just drops it back for Correa. Correa tries to play the chip and chase, and he gets back on the end of it somewhat fortuitously. Still bobbling around in there. He tries the turn, but Carolina just doing enough to get possession back. Watson's gone down under the challenge there as he concedes the throw in. On the left-hand side covering for Eckersley, but he's made his way back in position now. Bravo playing a pass on the left-hand side. He's gone into the area and he's unmarked in there, and he's very close to opening the scoring. Nobody's tracked his run as he tried to get on the end of that cross. He played the initial ball out wide, and then here he is, all kinds of space in the penalty area, and you just can't give him that much time.
You know, I got to say, Omar Bravo's got to score from there. That's a wide open header. It's a big let-off for the Eddies there. He was left unmarked in the box, and how do you leave Omar Bravo unmarked in the box? Huge confusion by the Eddies on their own marking. Left a gap right in the middle of the park, and Omar Bravo had just a wide open header, and he puts it wide.
There he is, number 99, and a couple of fans wanting photos with him just before the game. He's a big name in Mexico and playing for Carolina today. A number of Edmonton fans knew all about him and wanted a souvenir with him. Carolina stepping things up a little bit against Edmonton here. They've recovered from that early start where the Eddies jumped all over them, and they've arguably been the better team since then. And attacking again here, but Diakite comes across to cover that one. Nick Law, though, gets tackled as he tries to make the clearance, and it's going to be a goal kick for Edmonton.
Just too casual from the Eddies on their own back line right now. Carolina is pressing. They're doing what the Cosmos did on Wednesday, which is to not give the back line time. I think teams around the league know about the Eddies' defensive record now. You're going to see this more and more where they're going to push and say, look, we can't give this team any sort of time to organize in the back. We're going to attack them when they've got the ball in their own third. And the Eddies right now just not moving the ball quickly, making poor decisions with it when they have it.
There's Nick Law. Controls it with his thigh and then picks a pass to Correa, now infield for Ledgerwood, but he's taken off it as well. Battles back, makes a challenge against Ali Hassan, and the through ball is intercepted by Diakite, who is supported by Nick Law. Albert Watson just moving towards halfway with the ball and finding Shamit Show. Correa shifting infield and then trying to drive one through the middle. Cipollone dispossessed by Correa. That's good work from Dustin Correa, and he's opened up some space for himself. He slid it through to Amiobi, and the shot saved by Silvestre. But a good effort there by Correa.
Yeah, Amiobi just couldn't get any purchase on the ball. Scuffed it with the side of his foot and ended up sending it right at Silvestre. But really good work by Correa, stripping Cipollone of the ball, stopping him dead in his tracks, and then turning that around, making the quick pass.
Colin Miller will want to see more of that from Correa. Nick Law trying to win the ball back for Edmonton. Edmonton shifted wide to Moses, and now Shipalani. Back to Kareem Moses. Left-footed, he's put a decent cross in the box there. Still a chance for Carolina. And there's the shooting opportunity, and he could have done better with that. Austin Deleuze doesn't hit the target. Goes over the top and into the crowd behind the goal.
Sean Nicola had a chance to clear that ball, and he just gave it away. Gave it right back to Carolina there. After that first ball went into the mixer, the ball was headed out, and Sean Nicola just gave a touch that gave it right back to Carolina to set up that attack. It's again another unforced error from the back four. And the Eddies right now very lucky to have not paid a price for some pretty casual play in their own end.
Fordyce has dropped deep. He's trying to switch play to the right-hand side. He's got good range on that pass. Expert control from Nick Law as well. And now Correa. Cute little touch back to Sean Nicklaw, who's going to have a go down the right-hand side here. He's got Amiobi ahead of him. There's no offside. But it's a good defensive play by Mensing, who saves that ball from being a corner. But Edmonton's still in possession. Correa from 25 yards. The shot not opening up for him, but he's got a run by Eckersley down the touchline. Eckersley gets to the byline. Good cross into the box. And Amiobi the target, but again, very fine defensive play from the Railhawks, and they've managed to move the ball up the field to Bravo, who's already gone close with a diving header. He's tried to play this one through for Ali Hassan. Diakite getting a touch on it, and it'll be picked up by Matt Van Oekel. Good work at both ends of the field by both teams there. Great throw out by Van Oekel to find Eckersley here. Pass there, just evading Nicklaw, not his best one, and he's ended up just drilling that one out to concede a throw.
Miscommunication between the two players. Correa didn't think that Nicklaw was going to go for a run there.
Chance for Watson to bring it forward here. Now Eckersley right on halfway, forward to Fordyce, and now Keegan. Keegan's got Eckersley outside of him, plays it infield for Amiobi, holding off the challenge. Tommy Amiobi, shown shuffling it wide for Nicklaw again. Correa's giving it away on the edge of the area, and you see on the touchline, Colin Miller not very impressed there. They had a lot of the ball, but haven't really hurt Carolina with it in that attack. Amiobi, nice one too. Try and get to the goal line. He's appealing for a free kick, but in the end he's the one who's penalized. Free kick for Carolina.
It's a good read there. I think was that Orlando who keeps up with Amiobi. Orlando coming back, doing the defensive duty there, not allowing Amiobi any quarter there. Some good hard work by Jonathan Orlando, who's actually arguably had one of the best scoring chances of the game that Matt Van Oekel stopped. And Omar Bravo too, missing that open net, or missing that open chance. It wasn't an open net. Van Oekel wasn't.
19 minutes gone. It's 0-0 at Clark Stadium between FC Edmonton and Carolina Railhawks. Eckersley does well to chest that one down and keep it in play. Had a knock on the back of his calf that stopped him from training yesterday, but sailed through a fitness test and wanted to play. Shown. There's a 1-2 with Correa, and then switches play to the left, and Eckersley. Good control by the Englishman. Forward to Amiobi. He's brought down just after he makes the touch, and that's going to be a free kick for Edmonton. Good position for them here.
Yeah, it's be a good chance. Not sure if Fordyce is going to try to go for goal here, or you bring Eckersley, try to pop this into the box.
just a little trip on Amiobi as he went past his marker there.
So this will be the right foot of Fordyce, the left foot of Eckersley.
Diakite and Watson both forward, have come from the back.
Now I know for sure it's going to be the left foot of Eckersley.
Watson gets a touch, and it's well saved by Silvestre. The flag was up, though. It wouldn't have counted. Watson in an offside position, but got a good volley on there. But Silvestre doing well and made the save in any event.
Good ball in, though, from Adam Eckersley. But whether it was offside or not, it was well done by Silvestre to get over. Let's see, blue shirt slightly behind.
Diakite getting a touch on that ball through, but it doesn't really work out for him. And in the end, Nicklaw backpedaling to get it. That'll be a throw-in. Referee moving him back a few yards there. Worked out well for Carolina, and Ali Hassan in a shooting position and charged down by Watson, who just gets enough on that to make it go out for a corner.
It's a better read by Watson there. Saw that the ball was going to come short into the box to Hassan, came over, took the space away.
Cipollone taking the corner kick from the far side of the field, and it goes to the middle of the penalty area, and Van Oekel getting a fist on it.
Van Oekel again, big in the box, punching that ball out of danger.
Home fans getting behind the team, creating a good atmosphere. 22 minutes gone, 0-0 at Clark Stadium.
There's a bit of a breeze right now. I wouldn't call it a wind, just a bit of a breeze, and it's behind Carolina's back for this half.
Be a chance for a break here. Shome doesn't really have anyone in front of him, so he holds up the play. He's done well. He's found Nicklaw there. Jones looking for a cross-field pass to Eckersley here. Good control again. And he'll be back in towards Shome. Diakite making the break forward. Darryl Fordyce now picking up the plays. Chipped a good ball to the right-hand side, and Nicklaw cutting it back for Amiobi. Might drop for Correa in there, and Darryl Fordyce, and charged down by Kareem Moses, who saves his team there. Terrific bit of defensive play by the former Edmonton defender.
I think that's in if Kareem Moses doesn't block that. I don't think Silvestre's getting over to that. So Kareem Moses with a massive block against his former team.
Fordyce must have thought that he scored there, but Moses, the man back, just doing enough to keep that ball out.
Look here, and Carolina just really didn't do enough to get this ball clear. There's a lot of players in the mix. They can't get it out, and yeah, that ball's going to go inside the post if not for Kareem Moses. And he got to one knee, slid out there, stuck out his foot. Really well done by the defender.
Amiobi playing a ball down the line for Keegan. Moses again has done well, and he gets a push in the back and wins a free kick. Playing well against his old team, as you'd expect, Kareem Moses today.
Saw a couple of Kareem Moses Carolina Railhawks jerseys. Obviously, he was a fan favorite when he was here.
Yeah, really popular player, wasn't he? I mean, when he was injured, he would go and stand with the fans.
Oh yeah, and he was developed a lot of close relationships here at Edmonton with some of the supporters and just in the community. Very, very well liked.
One of those guys, he's always smiling and mostly dancing too.
Singing too.
Yeah. Good guy to be around, very positive attitude. Diakite playing a ball forward there that's drifted into touch. It won't reach Amiobi. It's going to be a throw-in.
That's good, right? What are you going?
No goals in the first 26 minutes at Clark Stadium between Edmonton and Carolina.
Let's go. Come on.
Fordyce flicking the one on to Schoen. Schoen finding Keegan and moves it along to Eckersley nicely. Fordyce's pass charged down, and Diakite just nods that one back to Van Oekel.
Once again, Carolina pressing in the Edmonton side a half and not giving the Eddies the time and space they think they might have had to get set. Yeah, just like against the Cosmos, you're going to have to adjust and start playing quicker. They made that adjustment in the second half of the Cosmos game. I think you're going to have to do that again.
That's 1-2 between Eckersley and Fordyce, and now Amiobi. Fordyce running onto it, trying to play it inside the fullback. Keegan testing Moses, but Moses doing well again. Into the box again by Eckersley. Feeling for a handball. I don't think that was ever going to happen. Silvestre throws it out to Shipolani. Pretty good break forward by Drew Becky there. Just hit the pass a little too firmly, and it's a throw-in. Tackled unfairly from behind, and it's a free kick for Edmonton that Watson takes quickly.
It's a foul there on Omar Bravo, but very, very close to being another giveaway. Whether it's a foul or not, irrespective of that, you just can't be that casual, that close to your own penalty area, cutting across the top of it. You need to play that ball more quickly.
Show him in position here for Edmonton. Support from Fordyce. There's an overlapping run on the right. He's looking for it there, but it's not quite working at the moment for FC Edmonton. For some reason, not clicking. And they've labored a little bit so far in the first 28 minutes. It remains 0-0.
We wondered what Colin Miller said to the team at halftime in the Cosmos game. Might need to have that speech ready again.
It's a good ball to the right-hand side, and Nick Law controls it well and finds Fordyce. Fordyce chipping one up again. That's way too hard for Amiobi, and is picked up by Silvestre. Right on the right wing here. giving the ball away a little too much.
There was just nothing there, and there's a hit and hope ball.
Half an hour gone, it's 0-0. Moses played himself into a little bit of trouble there and has lost the throw in for Edmonton.
See there, Edmonton's at 63% of the ball, so almost 64%. But Carolina's had the better of the scoring chances. And we've seen from games earlier this year where the other team has had more possession than the Eddies, but the Eddies are ahead on the score line. It's not so much how much you have the ball, it's how much what you do with it.
Carolina breaking down the left-hand side. Eckersley peeling off his man and heading that ball away.
If I was to tell you watching this game with you and just say, you know, Carolina's only had like 35% of the ball, you'd be like, really?
That is surprising from what we've seen, isn't it?
Because Carolina's clearly had the better of the scoring opportunities.
Yeah. Kick forward to Amiobi's got a good flipped header on that one, and Korea is the target, but he can't hold on to it, and it's Orlando bringing the ball clear. Bravo held that one up well with his back to goal, but Edmonton winning it back and getting a free kick.
I mentioned it 2 minutes ago, maybe the curse of the commentary, there was just a little slight breeze, and all of a sudden it's picked up into a very strong wind now blowing across the stadium. You can see by the flags. The blue flags on the supporter side, or where the supporters are, it's really picking up, and it's in the Eddie's face right now.
Eckersley finding Keegan. Keegan turning, going towards goal here. Jake Keegan, he's going to try one. It's charged down. It's going to go out for a corner, though, for FC Edmonton. Good turn of pace. Good direct play by Keegan.
It was well done by Correa. Correa made like he was going to go for that ball. I don't think he ever had an intention to go for it. What he wanted to do was shield the ball from Carolina's defenders to preserve that corner kick, which he's going to take right now.
Correa's ball into the near post, flicked on well, headed away. Bravo getting a touch. Eckersley will have another chance to get this back in the box. And he finds Diakite, who's made a good run down the line. Not a bad cross with his left boot, too, and well defended again by Carolina to deny Watson at the far post.
Good, a couple of dangerous crosses there. Daryl Fordyce, an excellent flick off that corner. Drew Becky got in the way there. A very good defensive header for Carolina.
Nicholas throw is aimed at Fordyce, and it's Mensing who gets a header away, and then a free kick given for the Railhawks. It's still 0-0.
One thing Nicholas has added, though, since he's come to FC Edmonton from Jacksonville, is that long throw, that ability to fire it into the box. It's not quite a Rory DeLapp, but...
Yeah, what a weapon that was. In those games for Stoke City.
You just throw it in, just hope it brushes someone's hair as it goes by, so the goal will count. He almost throws it directly into the goal. Gets it, just has to have a nick off someone, and it's all good.
Yeah, it was like having a corner with him. Ten minutes to half-time. FC Edmonton looking to step things up here with Diakite along the ground for Korea. He's held possession up well. That turning pass hasn't been working for him today. It's dropped for him again here, though. Tries to pull a trick and loses the ball. Bravo helping that one along. Diakite's done a good job to win it back. Referee says unfairly. And the free kick has been given to Carolina.
Carolina players are asking for a card. The Eddie's players are saying it's not even a foul. Diakite going to shake Hallie's hand down, help him up.
recently in hot water when he got a red card, Diakite, for 2 yellows, and one not as bad as that, but decided to be a free kick, no cards. And Coach Colin Clark for Carolina is up discussing his opinion with the fourth official as well, and clearly not impressed by that tackle.
Those 2 yellows against Ottawa, they were both very silly fouls. And he got quite the talking to by Colin Miller after that.
That game that FC Edmonton went on to win with 10 men. Van Okel's goal kick aimed at Amiobi. He's got a good flick on that. Show making a break from midfield here. He's showed a good turn of pace. He slipped it through for Amiobi. Shipalani, of all people, back there tracking the run by Tomi Amiobi. He's done really well, and then tries to launch a counter-attack. So Watson, safety first, just puts it in the cloudy skies of Edmonton. Nicklaw now picking up the play. In all kinds of space on the left wing here.
You want Mike in your hand?
Trying the 1-2 with Fordyce. It doesn't work out from Eckersley. And Carolina in possession. Orlando. Possession, Carolina. Fordyce in with the ball. He's only got Amiobi ahead of him, who was in an offside position. He did well to hold the play up there. He couldn't pass it through. Would have been offside. It's Nicklaw delivering the cross. Headed away. Back for Correa. Nicklaw again gets to the byline now. Support from Dustin Correa. Now it comes into the box, and Mensing up there, heading that one out for a corner kick for Edmonton.
Oh, yeah, he's had a 2-on-2 break, but as you mentioned, Amiobi drifted well into an offside position there. They would have held the line there. They were 2-on-2 there, would have had a great chance. But 2 players that didn't, in Fordyce and Amiobi, that weren't on the same page. Fordyce holding on to the ball, Amiobi going to an offside position, and Carolina knew, okay, we can focus down Daryl Fordyce and he had to hold up the ball rather than keep that break going.
Corner for Correa. Referee's just holding up play as he has a discussion with some of the players in the box there, including Jake Keegan.
See, there's Drew Becky in the mix, and I should mention not only Drew Becky's a former Canadian under-23, his sister's going to be in Rio with the Canadian women's national team, striker.
There's the ball from Correa. Referee was in the way of Eckersley there. It's still Edmonton's ball with Diakite. Always made a nice pass inside there for Eckersley. Cross headed away again. Throw in is with Carolina.
Yeah, I just mentioned there, Drew Becky. Janine Becky scoring goals a lot lately for the Canadian women's national team. She'll be a big part as the Canadian women's team will try to repeat a medal performance of the London Games in Rio starting this week.
Right.
So quite the soccer playing family.
Fabulous. Throwing down the line, flicked on by Shipalani, but dropping to Keegan there. Keegan closed down by 2 Carolina players, but it's with Fordyce and now Ledgerwood. Eckersley again. Shipalani so quick, just jumps a couple of steps and makes the tackle. Throw in here for Eckersley. chest of Ledgerwood, now Korea. Schmidt Shom has had a good first half. Another good pass out wide. Nick Law drills it to the far post. And Silvestre challenged late by Ledgerwood. But a good safe pair of hands there. He had Keegan on the other side of him too. He knew he couldn't make a mistake, and he didn't.
Silvestre went up there. Got bumped, I think, there by Ledgerwood. Bad effort there by Carolina. The way the breeze is picking up there, you saw Matt Van Oekel have to reach up a bit to catch that ball. You know, it's a bit unlucky, I think, for Carolina. I talked to them, there was just a gentle breeze. Now it's turned into a pretty good wind blowing. But Carolina's only really had it at their backs for about 10 minutes. And the Eddies are going to have it at their backs probably for 45 in the second half.
Nick Law in position to make a run down the right again here. Towards the edge of the box, plays a 1-2 with Korea. Just tries to poke it towards Keegan. Carolina sneaking in to win the ball back. Cleared by Silvestre, but well controlled by Eckersley. A good positive pass to Keegan. He's got the ball back now, chips it up for the running Ledgerwood. Comes back to Eckersley. Now he plays it up the left-hand side. There's no offside, but now the flag's gone up. It was a very late flag. Ledgerwood looked to be offside by a couple of yards, but it took the linesman a while to flag that.
Ledgerwood looked like he didn't even want to deal with the pass.
Strong header by Watson, getting up to win that from the goal kick. Amiobi's trying to control the bouncing ball. Tackled well for that one, and thought he'd want to throw in, but it's going to go the way of Carolina. Down the left-hand side there again from Becky, who's been getting forward well and wins a corner.
Becky's had a solid first half. He's playing as the holding midfielder today, not right on the back line, but protecting that back line. He's made some good moves in distribution. He's did some solid defensive work as well.
Minutes to half-time. This would be a good time to strike. And it's Carolina with this corner. Cipollani standing over the ball. Good bend on it. There's the header down, but the referee's whistle is gone. Against Mickey Daly, free kick for Edmonton. Clean match and no real stoppages in this game, so there's no time going to be added on at the end of 45 minutes, which is 30 seconds away.
I'm very interested to hear the coach's takes on what's happened. I think Carolina will feel very unlucky that they're right now it's at 0-0. Had two very golden chances early in the game. Orlando, great save by Matt Van Oekel, and then Omar Bravo heading wide when he was wide open in the penalty area. Those are the two best scoring chances of the game, period.
The other end, Moses did well to kick one off the line to deny Fordyce, which was probably Edmonton's best chance. And that is the first half, 0-0. Muted applause really from the home fans, feeling perhaps that Edmonton can play much better than that. Still all to play for. We'll see what the coaches make of it at half-time, but it's 0-0, no goals. Edmonton 0, Carolina 0 at half-time. We'll talk to Colin Miller in just a moment. But Colin Clark getting ready with the gear on down by our flags on the pitch there. Let's hear from Colin Clark.
Thank you, Coach Clark. You had a couple of really great chances probably in the first 10 minutes there, Orlando and Bravo. Could have been ahead at half.
Should be ahead, yeah, without a doubt, Bob. Maybe 3 or 4. More than 1 or 2 chances. Started the game very well.
Hoping back to Clark Stadium, the second half about to kick off. All to play for here in Edmonton between the Eddies and the Carolina Railhawks. Carolina get us underway. They're attacking the goal to our left in this second half and immediately playing the ball to Kareem Moses, former Edmonton player, having a great game out there so far today. Colin Miller talked about a possible couple of substitutions, none so far. It's the same 11 that started the match. But making the point, he doesn't want to see his team giving the ball away as much in the second half. That's what's happened there by Korea, and it's opened up the opportunity for a counter-attack, but Hassan didn't actually run for the ball, knowing that he was several yards offside already. And that's a bit of a let-off for FC Edmonton. Korea giving the ball away in the early going in the second half here. Shome involved in a collision there and will get the free kick. Helped out by Nick Ledgerwood running in behind him, but the free kick was already given for Shamit Shome.
Not sure why the referee didn't let that play go. Eddies had the ball going down the wing on the advantage.
Made a run to the edge of the penalty area, then lost possession, but it's gathered by foot ice, and now Ledgerwood is going to lift that out to the left-hand side. It's a good ball. With Eckersley, he's got an overlapping run from Keegan. Keegan's left-footed cross has gone to the far post. It evades Amiobi, but it will be a corner kick for Edmonton.
He's with an early set piece. We'll see if they make it pay.
With the ball. Right-hand side, it's a corner that's gone to the far post, and a great chance for Watson. And he just couldn't keep the header down. Flashes over the top, but he might not get a better chance than that today.
No, it was a great delivery by Dustin Correa, and Albert Watson came in and met it. Didn't have anyone opposing him here. Just powers it over the bar.
Still 0-0 between Edmonton and Carolina, but that's the closest we've come in the second half to a goal. The first 2 minutes of play, Edmonton trying to stamp their authority on this match at home and looking for a run by Shome here, supported by Ledgerwood, trying to get Eckersley again on that overlap on the left-hand side. Decides to put the cross in himself, and it's did it take a deflection for a corner?
I think Carolina's saying the ball never went out.
It seemed like the referee and the linesman were not quite sure. In the end, the linesman gave it.
See, Colin Clark's waiting for the video scoreboard to show him something, but I think Carolina's claiming just that ball never went out. They're not claiming there was no deflection. They're saying Silvestri collected the ball and should have been allowed to cleanly play it.
Eckersley's ball is charged down in the end by Carolina. It's all a moot point. Free kick for the Railhawks. Interception by Diakite. He's done well there to bring the ball forward. In the end, just wrong foots his teammate with the pass. it's out for a throw-in.
Yeah, Diakite wins the ball, comes through strong, rides a challenge, and then him and Keegan have a miscommunication. He sprays the ball to the wing for Keegan. Keegan was expecting that ball to go diagonally so he can make a run onto it.
It's Keegan now, good play switch to the right-hand side. Nick Law will get there. It's in the cross first time. Headed away well by Carolina. Cipollani in possession. It's a good break from the back there, and they've worked that beautifully to the left-hand side, but in the end another miscommunication. This time it's by the Railhawks, and it's a throw-in for Edmonton.
Becky and Orlando get their numbers crossed up there. Becky was expecting Orlando to make a run down the wing, and Orlando stayed put.
Amiobi does well to take the ball in his stride, chasing away on the right-hand side. Believes that Mensing pushed in. Referee and linesman who were right on the spot waved it away as being shoulder to shoulder. Well done by Orlando. Tries to thread that one through the middle. Diakite's watching Bravo closely. Van Oekel blasts it clear. You can see with the wind at his back, he's driven that one off the ground all the way through to his opposite number.
The wind has been picking up strength as the game's gone on. Carolina did not have this kind of wind advantage when the game started. It was a breeze that they had going at their backs in the first half, but it was picking up as the game went on, and now it's a fairly significant advantage for the Eddies in the second half.
Show him on the chest, finds Amiobi, now Correa from the right. On an overlapping run by Nick Law. Releases it now. Correa now just chips a pass out to the left, and Eckersley. Edgewood's given that one away, but it amounts to nothing. Cipollani runs it into touch. It's a throw-in.
It needs to be noted too that during this streak, we're not talking just about this home undefeated, home winning streak, sorry, of 7 games, but as well as losing 2 of their last 12. The Eddies have pulled a lot of these games out late, pulled a lot of points out of the fire with some late goals. So I think anyone who's been following this team the last 2 months knows that sometimes things don't start happening until the 75th minute.
Nick Law getting space again on the right-hand side. Pass towards Amiobi. He's into the penalty area, cuts the ball back, and the shot goes wide from Correa. Edmonton starting to find a bit of rhythm here.
Correa, that ball caught him in an awkward place up about hip high. Amiobi skips by a couple of challengers here. So just an awkward height for Correa, could bring it down.
Ball over the top. It's going to be easy for Silvestre. Amiobi followed it all the way. Cipollani finds Becky, who's moved into a bit of space, and now Orlando, whose first touch just took his eye off the ball there, and it goes out of play. It's a throw in for Edmonton. Throw in for Sean Nick Law.
Right there.
Hey, Roger's going to pop this ball deep.
Free kick given for a push on Amiobi that time, and this is not a bad position for Edmonton. Edgewood thought about taking a quick free kick there.
They're going to set up. They're going to bring the 2 big center halves up into the penalty area, because you definitely, with this breeze at your back, and I think Eckersley and Correa both looking to. Now it's Eckersley standing over. They're going to look to pop this into the penalty area.
Got some nice bend on that ball. Been dropped to Fordyce on the left wing. He's being shadowed very closely by Daly. He let it run into touch to be a throw-in for Edmonton. And he's whipped in the cross deep to the far post. Watson's chasing it. It's going to be another corner for Edmonton. They've begun the second half with much more determination.
I think Simon Mensing may have done the Eddies a little bit of a favor here, because I don't know if the Eddies would have got to that ball before it had gone out on the cross. I know he heads out to make sure, but now it gives the Eddies another set-piece chance.
Korea's ball towards the far post. Silvestre plucked it out of the sky. Beautiful catch by the Carolina goalkeeper. Did very well there under pressure.
Matt Fondy, I think, is getting ready to come in for Carolina. He's been warming up for a while. This is Omar Bravo. They feel, or Ali Hassan has run enough in this game. Omar Bravo didn't play Wednesday, didn't have his clearance to play in Canada yet, or to work in Canada, I should say.
Substitution is now going to happen, and yeah, you're right, Steve. Hassan replaced by Fondy here.
Fresh legs for Carolina. I don't think any sort of tactical changes.
Forward for another forward. Colin Miller's starting to warm up some of the Eddie's bench too, and you could well see some introductions, changes to Edmonton's team as well as time passes here. Galvao looks like he's getting ready.
Ben Fisk as well. Could be making his Eddie's debut.
Left-hand side for Eckersley. Cross in towards Amiobi. A beautiful cross too, and a good header with Silvestre again in perfect position to make the save for Carolina.
Yeah, fairly comfortable save. Good header by Amiobi, but Silvestre possession perfectly there. Doesn't really have to move.
Bravo from the right-hand side. There's all kinds of space for Shipolani. Edge of the penalty area, right-footed strike. And he's just made an awful hash of that, and it's closer to the corner flag. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Carolina had a 3-on-2 break. And the ball just bounced and held up on the turf. First we'll look here at Amiobi. Yeah, Silvestre really well positioned. Former Whitecaps keeper. Comes out, makes the catch, and then on the break coming back, Shipolani made a bit of a hash of it. That ball really sat up on the turf, wouldn't sit down for him. A 3-on-2 break, and really Carolina got that wrong. Really don't want to settle for a shot from where Shipolani took a shot from when you've got a numerical advantage like that on a counterattack.
Fondy unable to keep that ball in play. It's a throw-in for Edmonton. Fordyce stuck out a leg on that and kicked it all the way back to Van Oekel. Not considered to be a back pass, so he picks it up, throws it out to Diakite. Pass along the ground to Korea. Mensing's done well to skip around a couple of challenges there. Still going, plays it for Orlando. Good bit of footwork from Mensing. Free kick given for Kareem Moses there as he made the sidestep past Keegan and just got tripped.
Gustavo's warming up as well now for the Eddies.
Fondy's just got in behind Diakite there, and Watson comes to the aid of his central defensive partner, returns the favour from the first half. But Fondy just full of running there, and just surprised Diakite there.
Yeah, he got to the goal side of Diakite, but Diakite was then able to just hold him up enough, and then Watson comes in. I mean, it's a risky tackle, but he pulls it off there, gets to the ball. No foul. It's a very good tackle by Albert Watson. But, you know, always your heart leaps in your throat when your defender has to tackle like that so far back in his penalty area.
Turn by Correa, finds Keegan to the edge of the penalty area, gets pulled back as he charges towards the box, and that's going to be a yellow card for Mensing and a free kick for Edmonton.
Interesting to see who takes this one. Daryl Fordyce obviously is a candidate. He's standing there right over Dustin Correa. So it can be the right of Fordyce, the left of Correa. See Fordyce score from this spot before.
Yeah, Eckersley fancies himself as well. He's joined the players over the ball. Correa taking a lot of time placing it though, so he looks like the favorite. Eddie's players crowding the wall as well. Might try and make a space for the shooter here. It's Correa who curls it over the wall, but didn't really get much venom in the shot, and it's an easy save for Silvestre. Watson's hit one long there. Amiobi's chasing the bouncing ball. Silvestre, good anticipation, makes the catch right on the edge of his 18-yard line.
Mensing did just enough there to make sure Amiobi could make a good run into the box on that ball. Mensing's also got to be careful now because shielding players now. He's on the yellow, walking the tightrope a bit. He doesn't want to be in a situation where he's caught one-on-one.
Watson penalized for challenge there as he held onto the ball on the ground. He can't quite believe it, but it's been given against him.
Carolina a chance to throw the ball into the mixer. Had a great chance on a set piece like this early in the first half, but Matt Van Oekel did very, very well to stop Jonathan Orlando.
Comes the cross, and Ledgerwood getting a touch on it. There were appeals for a handball in there, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. Nice 1-2 between Shome and Keegan. Keegan in a chase for it. Keegan on the end of it here, and in the end he just couldn't get the power in the shot. Paul Black did a good job running across to cover in defense, but a good break nonetheless with Shome playing him in.
There you see why teenager Shamit Shome continues to get to the starting line for the Eddies. Passes like that, awareness like that in the middle of the park, springing Jake Keegan free with a wonderful pass.
Fondy's got some space here again on the left-hand side. Dangerous situation. He tries to work it onto his right foot, and he's tackled. In the end, he just wanted too much time, and Edmonton get back and recover.
Fondy had all the time in the world. He wanted more. Got to take that towards the goal, and he just waited. He had a path towards goal. He had chances to play that ball in. There was no fullback. Nicola had gone and was gone from that play, and Fondy had all the time to do something, and he still took too much time.
There's Amiobi in a chase for the ball. He's two defenders to cope with. One of them makes a tackle with his trailing boot, Mensing, but Amiobi still got the ball. 0-0 at Clark Stadium. We've played 54 minutes. Dustin Correa picks up the play, and his through ball towards Keegan doesn't work out. Picked up by Silvestre. Condi, a good flick towards Orlando here. Orlando's cross to the far post is going to find Bravo. He's been forced a little wide. Cipollani here from the edge of the penalty area, the right-hand side, pulls a trick and puts in the cross. Away by Edmonton.
Please be advised that all liquor sales will be closing in the 75th minute.
Blues finding Black, tries to go around the outside of Nicklaw. Nicklaw does a good job defensively. Decides to concede the throw in. Taken quickly by Orlando into the penalty area, but Fordyce is back there and sneaks possession back for Edmonton. Drop for Korea now. He's got a run by Keegan ahead of him, and he's got an overlap from Amiobi here. Amiobi with a chance into the box. Amiobi cuts it in there. Must be a goal, and is for Keegan. Amiobi to Keegan, who finishes it with the left boot. And Edmonton have the lead through Jake Keegan.
This all happens. Simon Mensing makes a gamble. The ball sprayed out to Tomi Amiobi. Mensing dives in and tried to cut off the pass, and he misses. It's a swing and a miss from Simon Mensing. It then sends it Amiobi alone. And then Amiobi, who set up both goals on shots and ended up bringing rebounds on Wednesday. This is a true assist. He'll get this. But you see there, Mensing, the diving challenge. He misses everything. And then lays it in for Keegan. And all Keegan can do from that angle is score.
Sees the net ripple again in front of him. Amiobi with an unselfish pass across the face of goal, and Keegan just doing enough to find the corner and putting his team in front. 1-0 at Clark Stadium.
And for Carolina, you have to wonder, like, if you're Colin Clark, you have to wonder if there's just a curse here at this field. That there's just something that you've done or something that you can do that can lift this curse that you have when it comes to coming to play at Clark Field. Because Carolina really has had a lot of the better of the play in the first half. Had a couple of wonderful chances to score, didn't take them. And now they're down.
Still going here, they've got a corner. Colin Clark felt his team should have been 3 or 4 up in the first half, but in fact it was 0-0 at half-time, and now they're a goal down. Shriver's going to come on. He's a proven scorer for them. And there's another break in play here. Mensing and Diakate being pulled apart by the referee. Corner can now take place. Cipollani with it. Good delivery to the far post, with a foul spotted in there by the ref. And it'll be Edmonton's ball.
I'm not sure it was a foul or if he said that ball actually went out on the corner, went behind the line.
Substitution is going to take place here for Carolina, and Orlando is coming off to be replaced by Shriver.
Carolina.
Substitution for the Carolina Railhawks. Number 20, Jonathan Orlando out.
Join the attack here. Shriver's in the past has had a lot of success against the Eddies. Back in the days when he was with Fort Lauderdale, he used to really give the Eddies fits. Different times now. It's a very different Eddies team.
20 minutes to go. The home fans are singing, "We're going to win the league." So very confident these days.
The attitude around this team from both the supporters in the club is so different than in years before, Garrett. The belief is really starting to spread that this is a very special Edmonton team this year. The supporters are talking about what if they can win the fall season, what if there's a home playoff game in Edmonton in winter conditions.
Big advantage.
In a stadium that's already a fortress when it's nice out.
Yeah.
Because
Fordyce playing a forward pass. It's not going to find anyone but the Carolina keeper. Edmonton in front, 1-0. Jake Keegan's goal, the difference between the teams at the moment. Another foul spotted there by the referee. Free kick to Carolina. Albert Watson getting a talking to. He's protesting his innocence.
I think he's just wondering why'd the call come so late. It wasn't like a situation where you were playing an advantage. Edmonton had taken the ball from Carolina off of what the foul was called. Why did it take so long for the whistle to be blown? I think there's the confusion there, a little bit of frustration.
Crowd of players in the box there, all breaking apart as the ball comes in, and Eckersley gets his head on it.
So poor free kick. He doesn't get it past the first Eddie.
Black drives one forward to the right-hand side. Ring Moses has a chase on to keep that one in play, and he can't do so. It'll be a throw-in for Edmonton.
A couple of very poor balls by Carolina there. First on the free kick. Doesn't clear the first man. Adam Eckersley, we just talked about the sea of players. That was the mess of players that was in behind there, but doesn't get to them. And a poor switch that Kareem Moses can't keep in.
Keegan dispossessed, but wins his team a throw-in on the left again. Been given towards Edmonton there for Correa, but it looked like a clash of heads between Correa and Black. Black got a bit of a bump as well, but he's okay. Correa's still down. Maybe a bit of a push from behind there by Black is what the free kick was given for.
The opportunity for the Eddies to get another one, and they're certainly not being conservative here. They've got both center halves up. They're not holding players back yet. They're looking to get a second goal.
72 minutes played and 1-0 for Edmonton. As Eckersley lines up another free kick with that sweet left foot of his. Not so sweet on that occasion. Cleared easily by the first defender. Bravo's pass intercepted by Edmonton. He's shown, and he's definitely muscled out of that one. And that's going to be a card for Drew Becky. Shows his frustration, just bouncing the ball on the ground. Just a bit too late in the challenge there. And Shamit Show, man from behind. Free kick for Edmonton.
Shamit Show is having another steady game in the center of the park.
Yeah, he seems to be getting better every game.
Absolutely, and a kid that is still taking his classes. I mean, obviously he's off right now, but University of Alberta working on his degree. He's mixing up his school with his soccer. Professional player and a university student at the same time.
And a great find for Edmonton, local player coming through the ranks. Fordyce is going to switch play to the right wing. Nick Law's in a lot of space. The bounce just doesn't read it quite well enough, and it bounces over his head and into touch. Approaching the last 15 minutes at Clark Stadium. Edmonton holding a 1-0 lead. Shriver for Carolina, now Bravo tries to cut in between Ledgerwood there, who just gets his body in the way, and that's a free kick for Carolina.
Ledgerwood, a long-time member of the Canadian national team. He's had his wars against the Mexican national side in the past. Played in Mexico recently in the World Cup qualifiers.
Cipollani's free kick. Down towards the penalty spot, headed away by Ameobi. Good defensive job by the Eddie striker.
The Eddies had every player back in the box in that situation.
Black's launched a long ball forward. Diakite a little bit phased by the bounce, but in the end makes a good headed play back to Van Oekel, whose distribution can be really important. That's a good throw out to Eckersley, and immediately puts the Eddies on the front foot. Here's Correa. He's going to spray a ball out to the right wing, and Ameobi controls it nicely. Nick Law's on the overlap. Plays it back into the middle, and Ledgerwood. Schoen now finding Nick Law. Nick Law again, right-hand side. Is he going to cut inside here? Plays it to Ameobi. Some great possession football from Edmonton there. Number of passes, and they've got themselves a corner.
Ameobi just slipped on the turf as he was looking to make that pass. Looking to turn and pass that through again. They're looking for Jake Keegan again. I think he's just slips and falls down as he's ready to make the play. But still a set piece for the Eddies here. Chance on the corner.
Correa with the corner. Delivery to the far post, and there's another chance, but flashed over the crossbar, and Fordyce just couldn't keep that one down. There's two balls on the pitch, which is why he's holding up play here before the goal kick can take place. Could have been a second goal there for Edmonton.
Eddie still haven't used any of the subs yet. A lot of players warming up. Pretty well the whole bench is out warming up now.
Colin Miller had talked about the possibility of substitutions, but he must like what he sees, because things have stayed the same. The same 11 players that began the pitch still out there as Keegan makes a break forward. Cipollani winning a free kick.
Well, the Eddies defensively been much better in the second half. Very tight. Carolina really hasn't had a good scoring chance in the second half at all. Had a couple of very good ones early in the game. As the game's gone on, the Eddies have become much more solid in the back.
Correa pulled down there, has got another free kick for Edmonton. Yellow card for Deleuze. Becky, Deleuze and Mensing all with yellow cards. in the second half.
Just a little bit of a grab here as Correa cuts across. So Toulouse wins the ball first and then gets the grab. I think if he just gets the ball and backs out, he's won the ball. Because he actually wins the ball cleanly and then comes in with the bear hug.
Yeah, it seems a harsh yellow, but that's what it was for. He had already won the tackle. Free kick for Correa. And that one headed away by Fondy. He's going to go out for a throw into Edmonton.
I need some better communication there. The keeper's got to call off Fondy. That ball is going right to the keeper's arms for an easy catch. And Carolina's got the ball. And instead, the Eddies have a throw in deep in Carolina's territory because Fondy doesn't know. He heads that out, but Silvestri's got to call him off there and say, that's mine.
10 minutes left in the match. Throw in for Nicolau here. And towards the near post. It's could drop for Shome, but away towards Bravo. It's going to be a throw in for Edmonton right on the halfway line on the left wing there. Eckersley's not in any hurry to retrieve that ball, but Bravo runs over and gets it for him. Going down the line by Eckersley, flipped on by Fordyce. It's won back by Bravo. Good effort by him on the right wing, and Carolina try and launch an attack with Deleuze playing a ball, attempting to get it over the top of Nicolau, but he watched that one beautifully and gets on the end of his own header here. Cuts inside his man. Nicolau making a good break forward through the middle, then falls over. Referee waving play on, and it's with Fondy and Carolina. Shriver on the left-hand side, trying to work a pass through towards Deleuze, who made the break forward. Watson coming across to make the challenge for Edmonton. It's a throw in.
Yeah, the Eddies are still saying that's got to be a foul that you would have called against Sean Nicolau as he was dashing through.
Cross to the far post by Black, but Fondy mistimes his jump, heads it wide. That was a good opportunity. It'll be a goal kick.
The Eddie supporters there counting down the time now. About 8 minutes left of regular time, and then probably a few minutes of stoppage time if this score holds up.
Looks like we are going to see a double substitution for Edmonton for the last 8 minutes here. Galvao is going to come on.
And I thought Galvao, for the 20 or so minutes he played against the Cosmos, looked very good when he came into the game.
Correa's making a break on the right-hand side. Silvestre comes across and makes the claim. We're going to get to see Ben Fisk as well with Galvao. It looks like both of them stripping off, getting ready to get the game shirts on. Here we've got Shipolani, right-hand side. They get towards the middle and Becky. And now Shriver. Shipolani from the right and towards the area, away by Albert Watson, the captain. Shome takes it nicely on the chest. 1-2 with Amiobi, then runs on to the end of it, supported by Keegan, and now Daryl Fordyce. Fordyce to the edge of the area, but his overlapping run past to Keegan has given the ball away. It's not worked out.
Yeah, more excellent work though by Shamit Shome in the middle of the park to set up that break.
Shriver from the left, a pass to the edge of the area. Bravo looking to work the 1-2. They're appealing for a penalty kick. Not been given. Looked like a fair tackle by Albert Watson.
Got Diakite with the get up to Matt Fondy as he walks by the wave.
Eckersley finding Fordyce has given the defender the slip here. Daryl Fordyce. Amiobi approaching the penalty area now, but Fordyce couldn't make the pass. Correa playing it across the face of goal, and no one gets the touch. The substitution will now take place. The first appearance for Edmonton as a player for Ben Fisk, and Pedro Galvao coming on as well. There's Correa's ball, just fizzes across the face. Substitution couldn't take place. The goal kick taken too quickly as Black puts a ball into the box here. Watson heading it away.
Carolina had a chance there. They had a couple men opening the box on that cross.
Shipolani's ball now in towards the penalty area, and a backpedaling Van Oekel makes the catch and then makes sure that he's holding the ball this side of the goal line. Does a good job to claim it.
I was staggering backwards there. Had to make sure to hold that ball. The referee see.
Correa, nice volley, first time pass to Ameobi, a little flick back into the path of him. It is a through ball towards Ameobi, asking a bit much. It's picked up by Silvestre. Here's where we're going to be able to make the substitution for Edmonton.
We see Van Oekel backpedaling. You can see the feet are over the goal line, and he holds the ball out in front of him. Bit of a half-hearted appeal there from Matt Fondy, but I think he saw that likely didn't go across the line.
Jake Keegan, the goal scorer, and Shamit Schoen coming off to be replaced by Ben Fisk and Pedro Galvao.
I thought another really good shift from Shamit Schoen today.
Now entering the match, number 9.
And of course, Jake Keegan with the goal. Great setup by Tomi Ameobi on the break, on the counter. So I was told by someone earlier this week that they're planning to get a Ben Fisk jersey. So that's one for the marketing department there.
Yeah, and he's got the number 9 shirt, so it's a good one to have. Cheap too, Fisk, not very many letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where Ledgerwood and Eckersley could set you back a few bucks. Substitution is going to happen here for Carolina. Ceballos is going to replace Black. And Gustavo's also going to come on for FC Edmonton. No, in fact, no, he can't. It's not going to happen this time. Gustavo's still waiting to get into the game. He's not going to see much action. We're already in the 88th minute here.
Now I think he'll get his chance. Ward's going to go up, and he's Tomi Ameobi. Or no, it's Dustin Correa. He's coming off.
Well, Correa, probably not his best game. Gave the ball away a little bit, but still some flashes of brilliance. Being replaced by Gustavo.
Well, Correa loves to take on players one-on-one. That's his game. And you're going to get that with Dustin Correa. You're going to get some of those where it doesn't come off. He tries to maybe make one too many moves, but at the same time, times he creates, has some moments of brilliance.
Edmonton have got to keep focused in these last couple of minutes here as they go in search of an 8th consecutive home victory. New York have got the record of 10 home wins on the trot, which they just registered the other night. But Edmonton are getting very close to it.
So it's really no surprise when you look at the top of the table and you see who's the two teams.
Becky firing a shot towards goal. It's away by Eckersley, and might drop to Ameobi. And he's got a break on here. He's got support with Galvao to the left of him. Galvao with a chance here, left-footed. Still might be an opportunity for Fisk, who wins the ball back for Edmonton. Fisk again from the left-hand side. Onto his right foot. Good strike. Well saved by Silvestre. Still a chance for Ameobi. Silvestre again makes the save. peppering shots at the goal. And Silvestre with some words for his defense, who were just at 6s and 7s there. But Edmonton could not make it number 2.
And Simon Mensing caught by Tomi Amiobi again. So how about on the Edmonton goal, who was able to get by Mensing. And Silvestre, a couple of good saves, but boy, that would have been some debut for Ben Fisk had he been able to find the goal with that drive.
Great shot towards goal though, and forcing a super stop from Silvestre. Corner is going to drop to Gustavo on the edge of the area. We know all about his long-range efforts, but this time with his right boot, it goes wide of the post. Remains 1-0 to Edmonton.
Well, that goal that Gustavo scored in Oklahoma City is one of the nicest goals we've seen in the league this year.
We've played 90 minutes and we're going to have 3 minutes of stoppage time in this match. So still time for Carolina. It is 1-0 for Edmonton. Oh, that's a bad mistake there, though. They've given possession straight back to the Eddies. It's with Galvao. Now Fisk goes the opposite direction to Gustavo. Switches play to the right wing. It's not a good pass. It's picked up and intercepted by Carolina. And Deleuze drives it up the left-hand side. Shriver's first touch lets him down a bit, but Ledgerwood plays it off him to win a throw-in for Edmonton, which Diakite waves his hands to the ground in a bid to make them not rush this throw-in. It's Nicklaw's throw up the right-hand side, helped on by Fordyce. It'll be a throw-in for Carolina. They take it quickly. It's with Mensing. Looks it across the back line, gets the ball back because Galvao was putting on the pressure. Now they drive it long towards Fondy. Watson gets a head in. It's going to go out for a Carolina throw.
Hold up here because, of course, it looked like it was a head injury. So immediately they have to be cautious. Of course, this could knock the Eddies down to 10 men.
More added time here.
Albert Watson gets right back up. He knows if he has to get treatment, he has to go off. There's no way he wants to do that.
He's coming across his man with the header and falling a bit awkwardly, but he's okay. Mensing playing the ball forward. It's deflected up in the air. Moses helping it along. Nicklaw just blasting it clear. Galvao on the chase, gets a touch on that one, concedes the throw in.
Oh, you're fine with that because it forces Carolina to restart. They wanted to throw that ball back up the field, but Galvao just got a touch to knock that into for a throw in.
Diakite heading it down. We're into the last minute of time added on. Gustavo manages to rope past his man there. He's got a run forward by Eckersley. Fisk is on the far post. If Eckersley can find him, it's a counter back into the path of Gustavo. Silvestre saves his team again. Edmonton have found some gaps in the last few minutes here. Free kick given to Carolina.
Really, the Eddies should have had that insurance goal buried now. Gustavo with a great chance. Carolina still the shout to get back in it, thanks to some saves from Brian Silvestre in the last couple of minutes.
Deep into stoppage time here as Carolina play it forward again. Picked up by Fisk and finding a good pass to Gustavo. Fisk has continued his run. Gustavo just playing it back for Eckersley. He's in all kinds of space here, deep in the left back slot. Eckersley drilling it down the line, looking for a run by Ledgerwood. He won't get to that. It'll be a throw-in for Carolina.
Got to retrieve that ball, get a throw-in deep into their territory.
And that's it. It's an 8th straight victory for Edmonton, who have beaten Carolina by 1-0. Jake Keegan's goal, the difference between the teams, and the Eddies' home streak continues. They are in first place in the fall standings and 1 point behind New York with a game in hand in the combined standings. And today again, not the best first